Jennifer Lopez, J.Lo. Her name has been coming up a lot right now that Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested. But will Combs' ex-girlfriend play a role in his criminal case? We're going to revisit their history, the connections, and more with former prosecutor Ava Sullivan.
J.Lo's mother warned us about Diddy. Nearly a decade ago, Jennifer Lopez's mom, Guadalupe, was ringing warning bells about Diddy.
Former record executive Suge Knight suggested that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's divorce was triggered by Lopez's appearance in tapes the FBI seized during a raid on Sean Diddy Combs' properties. Knight believes the FBI allegedly handed Ben Affleck tapes from the raid that implicate J.Lo in questionable activity.
Diddy's ongoing legal case has reached a turning point, captivating the public and dominating headlines. What's particularly intriguing is the response from those in his inner circle. While many high-profile figures have distanced themselves, Jennifer Lopez's silence has stood out, fueling speculation about her reasons. Some wonder if she knows more than she's letting on, or if she's simply trying to avoid being drawn into the controversy surrounding him. In the world of Hollywood, few relationships have been as public or as intricate as the entangled lives of Jennifer Lopez, Diddy, Sean Combs, and Ben Affleck. Each of these icons has carved out extraordinary careers, cementing their legacies in music, film, and entertainment. However, the public's fascination often veers toward their personal lives. Messy breakups, high-profile reconciliations, lingering rumors, and scandalous headlines that keep fans and critics alike endlessly intrigued. Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's relationship, which dates back to the late 1990s, remains a defining chapter in both their lives. Their whirlwind romance and eventual split played out in the public eye, creating a lasting narrative of glamour and controversy. Now, as Diddy faces mounting legal troubles, Lopez's silence is prompting questions about whether she's strategically avoiding the spotlight or if her silence signals something deeper. Meanwhile, Lopez's current marriage to Ben Affleck has reignited public fascination. Their rekindled romance, after nearly 2 decades apart, has been a modern fairy tale of second chances. Yet even as they present a united front, the shadow of past relationships continues to follow them, linking them back to the days when the interconnected lives of Lopez, Diddy, and Affleck dominated the entertainment landscape. As this saga unfolds, the layers of their shared history, marked by love, heartbreak, and resilience, add another dimension to the narrative, leaving the world to watch and wonder what might happen next.
Official, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have called it quits on their second time at love. Now here's everything we know about their split. The singer filed for divorce from the actor on August 20th after more than 2 years of marriage, according to the filing obtained by multiple outlets. However, J.Lo reveals in the court documents that the couple actually broke up almost 4 months ago, listing their date of separation as April 26th. Just 10 days later, Jennifer raised eyebrows when she stepped out at the 2024 Met Gala solo, sparking rumors that she and Ben were having issues. At the time, his rep shared that he was in Los Angeles to film The Accountant 2. Elsewhere in her divorce documents, J.Lo asks the court to deny spousal support to both her and Ben, per TMZ. A source close to Jennifer also tells NBC News the couple did not have a prenup. As for why J.Lo decided to wait 4 months to officially file for divorce, she may have been holding out for a significant date, as August 20th is her and Ben's 2-year wedding anniversary.
In this video, we'll take a closer look at the complex and intertwined relationships between Jennifer Lopez, Diddy, and Ben Affleck. We'll explore their high-profile romances, how their pasts still resonate in their lives today, and the ongoing legal challenges that have once again thrust Lopez and Diddy into the spotlight. To understand the current dynamics, let's rewind to the late 1990s, when Jennifer Lopez and Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, first became one of Hollywood's most talked-about couples. Their relationship wasn't just a tabloid sensation. It was marked by glamorous red carpet appearances, chart-topping hits, and a fair share of controversy. One infamous event, in particular, defined their time together and left a lasting impact on both their lives. Stay tuned as we delve into the rise and fall of their romance, the scandal that shook their world, and how these events set the stage for the relationships and challenges that followed. From Lopez's rekindled romance with Ben Affleck to Diddy's recent legal troubles, this story is a reminder of how the past often finds its way back into the present. Let's dive in.
This is J.Lo, aka Jenny from the Block. Where she got the nickname from, I don't know, but it might have something to do with that whole club situation back in the late 90s involving P. Diddy and Shine, where someone ended up getting in the face. But my girl Jaguar Wright was actually speaking on the situation about how J.Lo tries to disassociate herself from situations like that, and how Benny Medina actually removed her from P. Diddy and put her with someone new.
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner, for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she.
Their romance ignited shortly after Jennifer Lopez filmed the music video for her breakout single, If You Had My Love. It didn't take long for the two to become one of Hollywood's most buzzed-about couples. Regularly photographed at red carpet events, glamorous parties, and exclusive gatherings, Lopez and Diddy appeared inseparable, dominating the entertainment world with their undeniable star power. Together, they weren't just a couple, they were a cultural phenomenon. Known for their trend-setting style and undeniable chemistry, they were constantly in the limelight, making headlines with every appearance. Whether it was their bold fashion statements, their influence on music and pop culture, or their larger-than-life presence, Lopez and Diddy seemed to embody the glittering excess of late 90s celebrity life. However, as their relationship flourished in public, it also faced challenges behind the scenes, challenges that would ultimately define their time together and change the trajectory of their lives forever.
Specific. They started dating while Diddy was technically with Kim Porter, and she found out through social media that he was dating J.Lo.
Get into it.
Jennifer stands by her man and issues several statements to the press.
She got a statement saying, I was with Puffy all night and he didn't have a gun. She just said, look, I love Sean, I'm going to be with him. And of course, Sean's album at the time was coming out with Forever. She said, I'm going to be with him forever.
Do y'all remember that movie Enough, where J.Lo played a DV victim who learns to fight back against her husband? Well, word on the street is that this movie was inspired by J.Lo's relationship with Diddy. The timeline is interesting for sure because J.Lo accepted the role in Enough shortly after she broke up with Diddy in February 2000.
But beneath the glitz and glamour, trouble was brewing in Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's relationship. One of the most infamous incidents that would come to define their time together occurred in December 1999. The couple found themselves embroiled in a nightclub shooting in New York City, an event that made headlines around the world. The chaos began after an altercation escalated, resulting in gunfire that left 3 people injured. In the aftermath, Diddy, Lopez, and his bodyguard fled the scene in a car, leading to a dramatic high-speed chase with police through the streets of Manhattan. The incident not only thrust their relationship into the national spotlight but also ignited a legal and media firestorm. Diddy faced weapons charges and a highly publicized trial, while Lopez, who was questioned by police but later cleared of any wrongdoing, worked to distance herself from the scandal. The event marked a turning point in their relationship, revealing cracks beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect public image and foreshadowing the eventual end of their whirlwind romance.
For Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. Early morning on December 27, 1999 in Manhattan, New York, shots were fired after an argument between Sean Diddy Combs and a man named Matthew Scar Allen. After the incident, rapper Sean, who was under Bad Boy Records, was arrested while Diddy and his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, fled the club, but were eventually stopped by police and arrested. Lopez was released after 14 hours and was never charged in the case, while Combs and his bodyguard Anthony Jones were acquitted on weapons charges. Sean, on the other hand, was convicted of assault and gun possession and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Well, one of the victims in the shooting, Natanya Rubin, who has never changed her story since day one, has stated once again that it was Diddy, not Sean, who shot her in the face and got away with it. Rubin has insisted for years that Sean had unfairly taken the fall for Diddy.
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the gun. For God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur and have described it to all parties involved. I think in our society, we have respectability politics. There are people who want to be adjacent to power or celebrity or money. Because his name was more notable, he was...
Although Jennifer Lopez was detained for 12 hours following the nightclub shooting, no charges were filed against her. Diddy, however, wasn't as fortunate. He faced serious legal repercussions, including accusations of possessing a stolen firearm and attempting to bribe his driver into taking responsibility for the weapon. Adding to the drama, his bodyguard was also arrested, further complicating the case. The ensuing trial became a media spectacle, capturing the public's fascination with the couple and the scandal surrounding them. Cameras followed their every move, and headlines dissected every twist and turn of the proceedings. Diddy's larger-than-life persona and Lopez's rising stardom made them the center of attention, fueling public intrigue and relentless tabloid coverage. The high-profile nature of the case put enormous strain on their relationship, with Lopez working to protect her burgeoning career while Diddy fought to clear his name. Ultimately, the trial not only marked the beginning of the end for their romance but also left an indelible mark on their lives and careers.
J.Lo's mother warned us about Diddy. Nearly a decade ago, Jennifer Lopez's mom, Guadalupe, was ringing warning bells about Diddy. Following Diddy's arrest on September 17th, a clip from Lopez's 2015 appearance on The Wendy Williams Show resurfaced where Williams suggested Lopez might get back with Puffy. Lopez laughed off the idea, pointing to her mother in the front row, who dismissed it with a hand motion saying, "It's done." The audience had mixed reactions, but Lopez emphasized her stance. No Puffy. Lopez's mother's disapproval was well known. In December 1999, Lopez was with Diddy during a nightclub shooting, leading to their arrest. Guadalupe scolded Lopez in Spanish at the police station, saying, "I told you not to get involved with him." Lopez was released without charges after 14 hours in jail. The couple broke up in 2001, with Lopez later.
During this tumultuous period, Jennifer Lopez remained publicly supportive of Diddy, often standing by his side as the legal drama unfolded. However, the strain on their relationship was undeniable. The intense media scrutiny, coupled with the chaos surrounding Diddy's legal battles, took a toll on their once glittering romance. By early 2001, the couple had called it quits. Years later, Lopez reflected on their time together, offering insight into why the relationship ultimately fell apart. She described Diddy's lifestyle as chaotic, a whirlwind of late nights and unpredictability, which clashed with her need for stability. She also revealed that his infidelity played a significant role in their split, leaving her to reevaluate what she wanted in a partner and a relationship. The breakup marked a turning point for both stars. For Lopez, it was a moment to focus on her career and personal growth, setting the stage for the next chapter of her life. For Diddy, it was a reminder of how personal choices could have far-reaching consequences, both privately and publicly. Despite their rocky ending, their time together remains one of the most iconic and talked-about chapters in both their lives.
Your mother, grandmother, and even your dog knows about the Diddy raid. Maybe J.Lo doesn't want to reopen that door? She's allegedly been implicated in some of what the feds are looking into. And Diddy sounds like he's about to take some people down.
You know, a lot of disruptive things.
J.Lo was with Diddy from 1999 to 2000, and she got in some legal trouble with Diddy. Get your fingers ready to screenshot, because J.Lo finally spoke out about her relationship with Diddy.
It was just one of those breakups that really, it was like a tough one for me.
Bye, boy to him. Things were allegedly so bad that J.Lo had a nervous breakdown. In the interview, she said, "I was like, I don't want to move.
The 1999 nightclub shooting remains one of the darkest chapters in Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's relationship, a moment that continues to cast a shadow decades later. Its impact has resurfaced in recent years, particularly in 2024, when Rodney Little Rod Jones, a former producer for Diddy, filed a civil lawsuit that brought new allegations to light. In the lawsuit, Jones alleged that Diddy had once boasted about the shooting, claiming that Lopez had assisted by carrying the firearm into the club that night. While these accusations remain unproven, they have reignited public interest in that infamous evening and Lopez's involvement, or lack thereof. The resurfacing of these claims has not only revived questions about the events of that night but also placed Lopez in an uncomfortable spotlight. Though she has long maintained her innocence and was cleared of any wrongdoing back in 1999, the renewed scrutiny has led to debates about the enduring impact of past controversies on public figures. As the legal and media focus sharpens on Diddy, Lopez finds herself once again linked to a chapter of her life she may have hoped to leave behind, proving that in Hollywood, the past often refuses to stay buried.
I heard a woman yelling, and I quickly realized that was Jennifer Lopez, or better known to the world as J.Lo. Sean, what the hell? J.Lo blasted. Sean responded so calmly, "Relax, baby. What the heck? Did you have to start shooting? Isn't that what we have bodyguards for?" Now, normally when these kinds of situations arise, I remain quiet. I just listen. I play my position. Actually, yeah, you could say I play my position. But I wasn't paying attention to the news for the last day or so. And even though it would be the only thing anyone would talk about with me 4 months, no one has spoken to me.
Not long after her split from Diddy, Jennifer Lopez began dating actor and director Ben Affleck. Their relationship, famously dubbed Benefic by the media, quickly became one of the most high-profile celebrity romances of the early 2000s. The pair first met while filming the romantic comedy Giggly in 2002. Though the movie would go on to be a critical and commercial failure, their off-screen chemistry was undeniable and instantly captured public attention. Almost overnight, they became a tabloid sensation, with paparazzi following their every move and their relationship dominating headlines. From red carpet appearances to extravagant gifts, like the now iconic pink diamond engagement ring Affleck gave Lopez, their romance epitomized early 2000s celebrity culture. However, the intense media scrutiny, combined with the pressures of their individual careers, would ultimately lead to the unraveling of their engagement and relationship. Though their initial time together ended in heartbreak, the story of Benefic was far from over, proving that even in Hollywood, love sometimes deserves a second chance.
Primes, ultra primes.
Oh, this is your fantasy trunk.
This is a Zeiss compact zoom. There's a Aries.
Oh.
This is the older compact zoom, right? These are really good. The 70s, they're light handheld lenses.
I don't care.
Under pressure.
You can look back.
Just kidding.
What can I tell you? We're just having a good time.
Fans getting a glimpse of the couple's relationship in her new doc, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, now streaming on Prime Video.
I did really find the beauty and the poetry and the irony in the fact that it's the greatest love story never told. And if you're making a record about it, that seems kind of like telling it.
It's so funny because we collaborate very well together, you know, and nobody knows my story.
During the height of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship, rumors began to swirl, adding further intrigue to their high-profile romance. One of the most talked-about claims was that Diddy had allegedly shown private videos of Lopez at his parties, a move that reportedly made Affleck uncomfortable. Whether this rumor holds any truth remains unclear, but it added fuel to the speculation that Affleck was eager to distance himself from anything tied to Diddy's controversial lifestyle. Given the intense media scrutiny surrounding all three of them at the time, the narrative took on a life of its own, casting Diddy as a lingering shadow over Lopez's new relationship. This alleged tension may have underscored the complexities of transitioning from one high-profile relationship to another, especially when past controversies refused to fade. For Affleck, whose image was carefully curated at the time, being linked to Diddy's tumultuous reputation may have presented challenges he wasn't willing to navigate. While neither Lopez nor Affleck publicly addressed the rumor, it highlighted how the echoes of Lopez's past continued to shape perceptions of her future.
A former record executive, Suge Knight, suggested that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's divorce was triggered by Lopez's appearance in tapes the FBI seized during a raid on Sean Diddy Combs. Suge Knight believes the FBI allegedly handed Ben Affleck tapes from the raid that implicate J.Lo in questionable activities. J.Lo and her management team were reportedly on high alert, holding crisis talks to strategize in case she gets entangled in the ongoing criminal investigations surrounding her ex, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, I don't think J.Lo will be implicated in any way, to be honest with you. I just feel like she won't, because if she would have been, it would have been back then when it happened to the 1999 shooting where, you know, she was heavily involved, even has a mugshot on, I believe, but she walked off scot-free. Now, in this particular podcast, the way Suge Knight speaks of it is that Ben Affleck was told about the stuff because he is a man that is respected in that world. He has good connections, he has a good team behind him, and so therefore he was given a warning that, yo, your missus, your wife, she was seen on these tapes, etc. From what we found, Homeland Security, FBI.
Fast forward to 2023, and Diddy once again found himself in the headlines, but this time, it wasn't for his music or business ventures. In December of that year, the music mogul was arrested on federal charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and coercion. The allegations against Diddy painted a grim and disturbing picture of a criminal enterprise that prosecutors alleged had spanned decades. The charges accused him of exploiting women, coercing victims into silence, and orchestrating a network of illegal activities that extended far beyond the public persona he had cultivated as a music and business icon. The arrest sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with many high-profile figures distancing themselves from Diddy amid the growing scandal. The charges reignited scrutiny of his past behavior and raised questions about how much of his success was built on exploitation and manipulation behind the scenes. As the legal proceedings unfolded, the case became a flashpoint for conversations about power, accountability, and abuse in the entertainment world. For Diddy, the charges marked a dramatic fall from grace, threatening not only his legacy but also the empire he had spent decades building.
The latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs, the music mogul facing federal racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charges. The case follows a years-long fall from grace, and ABC's Morgan Norwood has a look at how we got here. Good morning, Morgan. Just a wild story.
Hi, Gio. Just a staggering fall from grace that started with that lawsuit by former girlfriend Cassie Ventura alleging years of abuse. And since then, Diddy has been at the center of multiple lawsuits, federal raids, and now a sweeping indictment. The feds are looking to quickly close in on alleged co-conspirators who for years kept quiet and helped keep that alleged criminal enterprise running.
Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't think cause I'm iced out, I'ma cool off.
This morning, the sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs moving full speed ahead. Lawyers for Combs and prosecutors set to hold a status conference to determine the next phase following the sweeping indictment alleging the music mogul leveraged his business empire, power, and prestige to abuse his alleged...
During the height of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship, rumors began to swirl, adding further intrigue to their high-profile romance. One of the most talked-about claims was that Diddy had allegedly shown private videos of Lopez at his parties, a move that reportedly made Affleck uncomfortable. Whether this rumor holds any truth remains unclear, but it added fuel to the speculation that Affleck was eager to distance himself from anything tied to Diddy's controversial lifestyle. Given the intense media scrutiny surrounding all three of them at the time, the narrative took on a life of its own, casting Diddy as a lingering shadow over Lopez's new relationship. This alleged tension may have underscored the complexities of transitioning from one high-profile relationship to another, especially when past controversies refused to fade. For Affleck, whose image was carefully curated at the time, being linked to Diddy's tumultuous reputation may have presented challenges he wasn't willing to navigate. While neither Lopez nor Affleck publicly addressed the rumor, it highlighted how the echoes of Lopez's past continued to shape perceptions of her future.
The alleged crimes of Sean Diddy Combs are what's trending in true crime this morning. Welcome back. I'm Julie Grant. Many people are noticing the celebrity associates who are not speaking out. Let's talk about them. For instance, Usher, who was managed by Diddy. Remember that? When he was 13 and later worked with him as an adult. Usher recently wiped his profile from Twitter, X. He was mentioned in one of the sex assault lawsuits at someone who had sexual interactions with Combs. Howard Stern once asked Usher about Diddy's wild parties. Here's what he said.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
And we've got another Diddy associate who's noticeably quiet this morning, Justin Bieber. The singer becoming acquainted with Diddy around the age of 15 years old. And many are speculating that Bieber could be a victim, but Bieber himself...
Fast forward to 2023, and Diddy once again found himself in the headlines. But this time, it wasn't for his music or business ventures. In December of that year, the music mogul was arrested on federal charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and coercion. The allegations against Diddy painted a grim and disturbing picture of a criminal enterprise that prosecutors alleged had spanned decades. The charges accused him of exploiting women, coercing victims into silence, and orchestrating a network of illegal activities that extended far beyond the public persona he had cultivated as a music and business icon. The arrest sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with many high-profile figures distancing themselves from Diddy amid the growing scandal. The charges reignited scrutiny of his past behavior and raised questions about how much of his success was built on exploitation and manipulation behind the scenes. As the legal proceedings unfolded, the case became a flashpoint for conversations about power, accountability, and abuse in the entertainment world. For Diddy, the charges marked a dramatic fall from grace, threatening not only his legacy but also the empire he had spent decades building.
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner, for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. Not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman or say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face like J.Lo has said nothing. You really thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall?
The charges against Diddy have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, sparking intense speculation and raising difficult questions about who knew what and how far his alleged network of illegal activities extended. Federal investigators have reportedly interviewed over 50 witnesses, with testimonies painting a troubling picture of a system that may have enabled and concealed years of exploitation. The case is expected to implicate some of Diddy's closest associates, further unraveling the intricate web surrounding his personal and professional life. Many in the industry are now under scrutiny, as the spotlight shifts to those who may have turned a blind eye or knowingly participated in covering up his alleged crimes. The fallout has been significant, with brands, collaborators, and former allies distancing themselves from Diddy. As the investigation deepens, the revelations are expected to challenge the entertainment world to confront long-standing issues of accountability and the misuse of power within its ranks. For an industry built on image and influence, this case has become a stark reminder of the darker realities that can lie beneath the surface. Clip 12. Given her past relationship with Diddy, Jennifer Lopez's name has naturally surfaced in discussions about the case. While she hasn't been named in the federal indictment, her close association with Diddy during a period when some of the alleged criminal activities are said to have taken place has raised eyebrows. The public and investigators alike are left wondering, could Lopez be called as a witness? Did she know more than she has ever publicly acknowledged? These questions have fueled speculation, even though there's no evidence to suggest she was involved in or aware of any wrongdoing. Lopez has yet to comment on the case, maintaining her characteristic silence when it comes to controversies linked to her past. Still, her connection to Diddy during a pivotal time in his career, and now, his alleged criminal activity, has reignited interest in their shared history. Whether or not she becomes involved in the case, the renewed attention serves as a reminder of how deeply intertwined public figures' lives can be, even decades after they've gone their separate ways. Clip 13. Former prosecutor Ava Sullivan has suggested that this may be a classic case of guilt by association. Many celebrities who attended Diddy's infamous parties or were closely linked to him in the past could fear that merely being in his orbit might tarnish their reputations. For someone like Jennifer Lopez, who has spent decades carefully building a successful and positive public image, staying silent might be a calculated move to avoid any potential fallout. While she hasn't been implicated in the case, the resurfacing of her past ties to Diddy is enough to reignite speculation and potentially impact how the public perceives her. What do you think about Lopez's decision to remain quiet? Could it be a smart strategy to protect her career, or should she address the situation head-on? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. That's it for now. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for more updates as this story continues to unfold.